Welcome back to our channel, where we delve into thought-provoking topics and discussions. In today's video, we're going to explore the danger of impulsive actions in international conflicts. We'll specifically analyze the risks that arise when geopolitical situations are met with hasty responses. To illustrate this, we'll take a closer look at the potential consequences of sending forces to Western Ukraine. So, let's dive right in. Number 1. The current geopolitical situation. Before we discuss the dangers of impulsive actions, let's first understand the context. The geopolitical situation in Eastern Europe has been tense, with Russia's involvement in Ukraine being a major concern. The possibility of Russian forces advancing further into Ukraine raises questions about how the international community should respond. Number 2. Impulsive actions and their risks. Impulsive actions in international conflicts can have severe consequences. One such risk is the escalation of the conflict. By hastily sending forces to Western Ukraine, we risk provoking an already volatile situation. This could lead to a full-scale war, causing immense human suffering and geopolitical instability. Number 3. Inadequate assessment and misunderstandings. Another danger of impulsive actions is the lack of proper assessment and understanding of the situation. Acting without a comprehensive understanding of the underlying complexities can result in misguided decisions. In the case of Western Ukraine, sending forces without fully considering the long-term implications could exacerbate tensions and create an even more challenging situation to resolve. Number 4. Potential loss of human lives and property. One cannot overlook the potential loss of human lives and property when impulsive actions are taken in international conflicts. By rushing into military intervention, innocent civilians may suffer the consequences. Moreover, hastily deploying forces without a clear strategy may result in unintended collateral damage and destruction, further fueling the cycle of violence. Number 5. The importance of strategic planning. Strategic planning plays a crucial role in international conflicts. It involves carefully evaluating the situation, considering diplomatic options, and pursuing peaceful resolutions whenever possible. Rushing into military actions limits the opportunity for dialogue and negotiation, leaving little room for de-escalation. Number 6. Lessons from history. History has taught us valuable lessons about the dangers of impulsive actions in international conflicts. The devastating consequences of past conflicts, such as the Iraq War or the Balkans conflict, should serve as reminders of the need for thoughtful decision-making, considering all potential outcomes. Number 7. Seeking diplomatic solutions. Instead of resorting to impulsive actions, it is crucial to prioritize diplomatic solutions. Open channels of communication, engaging in dialogue, and seeking mediation can help prevent conflicts from spiraling out of control. Diplomatic efforts not only save lives, but also contribute to long-term stability and international cooperation. Impulsive actions in international conflicts pose significant risks that must not be underestimated. As we've seen through the example of sending forces to Western Ukraine, hastily responding to geopolitical situations can lead to dire consequences, including escalated conflicts, loss of lives, and increased instability. By valuing strategic planning and prioritizing diplomacy, we can strive towards peaceful resolutions and a more harmonious world. Now we discuss global affairs and international relations. In today's video, we'll be exploring a crucial aspect of diplomacy: the role of restraint in international relations. We'll discuss why leaders who prioritize rational decision-making over emotional reactions play a vital role in maintaining peace and stability in the world. So let's delve into the importance of exercising restraint and the positive impact it can have on global affairs. In a world filled with complex geopolitical challenges, the decisions made by world leaders can have far-reaching consequences. When faced with international conflicts or crises, the temptation to act impulsively can be strong. However, leaders who exercise restraint, taking a step back to assess the situation, can make a significant difference. Rational decision-making, rooted in careful analysis and consideration, allows leaders to avoid unnecessary escalations and seek peaceful resolutions. By placing emphasis on facts, evidence, and long-term goals, these leaders prioritize the well-being of their nations and the international community. One essential aspect of exercising restraint is recognizing the power of emotions in decision-making. While emotions can be powerful motivators, they often cloud judgment and lead to hasty actions. Leaders who resist the allure of emotional reactions demonstrate a higher level of maturity and strategic thinking. The positive aspects of leaders who exercise restraint extend beyond avoiding rash decisions. They also foster an environment of trust and credibility in international relations. When leaders demonstrate self-control and a commitment to dialogue, it enhances their reputation as reliable partners, which in turn paves the way for constructive negotiations and diplomatic solutions. Furthermore, leaders who prioritize rational decision-making over emotional reactions can inspire their counterparts to adopt a similar approach. Their restraint can serve as a model, encouraging other leaders to approach conflicts with a level-headed mindset. This domino effect can contribute to the overall stability and harmony in the international arena. Exercising restraint doesn't imply weakness or passivity. On the contrary, it showcases strength, resilience, and a deep understanding of the complexities of global affairs. By carefully considering the potential consequences of their actions, leaders can navigate treacherous waters and make choices that promote long-term peace and prosperity. Throughout history, there have been notable examples of leaders who exemplified restraint in international relations. One such leader was Nelson Mandela, who, after decades of oppression and struggle, chose reconciliation over revenge when he became the president of South Africa. Mandela's restraint and commitment to unity helped transform a divided nation into a beacon of hope. Another example is the Cuban Missile Crisis of 1962, during which U.S. President John F. Kennedy and Soviet Premier Nikita Khrushchev demonstrated remarkable restraint. Instead of succumbing to the pressure for immediate military action, they engaged in intense negotiations, ultimately diffusing the crisis and averting a potential nuclear catastrophe. The role of restraint in international relations cannot be underestimated. Leaders who prioritize rational decision-making over emotional reactions contribute to global stability and promote peaceful resolutions. Their ability to resist impulsive actions and pursue long-term goals fosters trust, credibility, and fruitful negotiations. As citizens of the world, we should encourage and support leaders who embrace restraint, urging them to consider the larger implications of their decisions. By doing so, we can help shape a more peaceful and prosperous future for all nations. Now we discuss the risk of nuclear conflict. We will examine the historical instances that have shaped our understanding of this threat and address the concerns surrounding the potential escalation of conflicts. So, let's dive right in. Number 1. Historical instances. To fully grasp the dangers of nuclear warfare, we must first examine historical instances that have left a lasting impact on our collective consciousness. One such event is the Cuban Missile Crisis, which unfolded in 1962 during the Cold War. The tension between the United States and the Soviet Union reached a critical point when the Soviets deployed nuclear missiles in Cuba, just a stone's throw away from American soil. This confrontation brought the world to the brink of nuclear annihilation. The Cuban Missile Crisis serves as a stark reminder of how close we came to catastrophe. It underscores the devastating power of nuclear weapons and the potential consequences of their use. Number 2. Escalation of conflicts. While the threat of nuclear conflict has diminished since the Cold War, it remains a pressing concern. Today, we face a new set of challenges that could potentially escalate conflicts to dangerous levels. One such concern is the growing tensions between nuclear-armed nations. The global landscape is characterized by geopolitical rivalries and territorial disputes, which, if mishandled, could lead to unintended escalation. The stakes are higher than ever before, as the destructive capabilities of modern nuclear weapons surpass those of previous eras. The proliferation of nuclear technology poses a significant risk. The fear of nuclear weapons falling into the wrong hands or being used by non-state actors has become a paramount concern for the international community. Number 3. Addressing concerns. In light of these concerns, it is essential to prioritize diplomatic efforts and nuclear arms control agreements. Treaties like the Treaty on the Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons, NPT, and the new Strategic Arms Reduction Treaty play a crucial role in reducing the risk of nuclear conflict. However, maintaining and strengthening these agreements requires continued commitment and cooperation among nations. It is imperative for countries to engage in constructive dialogue, promote disarmament, and uphold non-proliferation efforts. Number 4. Looking ahead. As we look to the future, we must recognize that the risk of nuclear conflict remains a persistent threat. It demands our attention and collective action to ensure a safer world for future generations. Education, advocacy, and public awareness are essential tools in fostering a global mindset that prioritizes peace and the prevention of nuclear conflict. Remember, the risk of nuclear conflict affects us all, regardless of borders or affiliations. It is up to each one of us to stay informed, engage in critical discussions, and actively support measures that promote disarmament and peaceful resolutions. Together, we can strive towards a world free from the looming shadow of nuclear warfare. That's all for today's discussion on the risk of nuclear conflict. We hope this video has shed light on the gravity of the situation and inspired you to become a catalyst for change. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking content. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay informed.